Hey you guys, thank you so much for joining me here today for yet another Second Life lifestyle video on something that I find interesting or helpful in some type of way. Those who might not know, my name is Sandra and I cover all things SL from decor to shopping to anything in between. And today we have an exciting video. I think it's going to be really cool. This is about the use of AI and using another artist's work for inspiration, but somebody from SL then turning around and selling that work that they used for inspiration using AI and selling it for a commission. Yeah, so that's what we're focusing on here. I know it's kind of a complicated situation. We are going to be diving into it. There is another artist channel that I watched the other day on the internet, and she dove deep into it. So we're going to be watching part of her video. She explains it much better than myself. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and dive in. So let's go ahead and do it. All right, guys. So yeah, so let's go ahead and start off why I'm so interested in this and what my particular background is. All right, so basically, my background in art is that I have a degree in fine art painting, and my minor was in spatial art, and I also have a minor in graphic design. I have also done photography for 15 plus years professionally. I do not do it anymore, but that was my living for 15 plus years. Yeah, so when I was in art school, we did dive into the what's proper usage of other people's work, what is not, what is copyright infringement, what is not. And they tend to dive deep into that when you're in art school, so the students understand what they could do and what they can't do without stepping on anyone else's toes, because it's important information to know when you're creating your own stuff. All right. So then that's my background. Now, as far as this other artist whose channel I watched this video on the other day, her name is Kat. Let me go ahead and drag her video into the window so that we can see it. We're going to be watching part of her video, and because she, like I said, she says it better. She says everything better than myself. And yeah, so that's her. You can see her in the upper corner of the screen. And she's going to explain what she ran into and why she's even covering the subject matter. And as far as Kat goes, her thing is that she is an artist and she commissions anime type art characters that other people buy that they use for different projects. Yeah, so that's her background, and she's really good at what she does. And yeah, and she basically covers other people that also use that also create anime type characters. Yeah, so that's what her channel is all about. I did subscribe to her channel. I think she's great. And I will be leaving Kat's channel link so that you could watch the whole entire channel and find out exactly what she said word for word if you want to watch the whole entire thing. And yeah, so go ahead and give her love on her channel and subscribe to her if you're interested in anime type art. And yeah, let me go ahead and play her channel. Not her channel. Let me go ahead and play her video, and then we'll make some comments on it. Let me see. And having a hard time recording this thing with all the settings. I think I got it ready to go. Okay, let me go ahead and play her video so that we could hear what Kat has to say.
Now we have this new piece of drama. This piece of drama is art drama, but it is Second Life art drama. This tweet is put out by the Sleepiest Bun. Please retweet and report Brenda Mengels.sl and Chuka Ellie on Instagram. So what they did is they stole Bunny's artwork and then put an AI filter and their own watermark over it. The audacity. So this is the stolen piece, and this is Bunny's original drawing. And there's another person also doing the same thing to Bunny's artwork. This is Bunny's artwork. So cute, so gorgeous. I love the soft rendering of the face, the highlights of the hair, the really pink colors that are used. It just looks so pretty. Look how soft and cute the lace looks. This is so pretty. And then look at the stolen artwork, stolen by Emian. I think I'm reading their name right. And this was run through AI. And we can point out why there's so many errors that are indicative of AI here. Then we have this tweet by Bunny.
I just wanted to stop this video really quick. I do want to say that when I went to school for art, AI was not a thing. It was not in existence, and we did not have to deal with it because it was not a thing to worry about. One thing I will say from someone, even to this date, I do not use AI. I would like to, but I have not as of yet. I did not realize that you could render your Avi's face and put it on another body. I didn't even know that was a thing because it seems like that's what was done, if I'm not mistaken. You guys could let me know if I'm understanding this type of art incorrectly, but it looks to me like, I mean, and like I said, I could be wrong, but it looks to me like AI took this other artist's work and that then AI put or replaced someone else's artwork. They took the other character's head and replaced it with an Second Life Avi head, which is so interesting to me. Like I said, I didn't know. But let's continue watching for a couple more seconds here.
This whole situation is stupid and I don't want to entertain it anymore. They know they're in the wrong. They know putting it through AI is not the same as hand painting it. I'm not taking down my post. I don't think their manipulations are a gesture of kindness, period. So this is from their stories where they showed the original photo, and then this is Bunny's drawing, and then this is their AI piece. Look at the original reference photo. You know, we got the shoulder, the dress, you know, the hip, whatever, the hands, and then Bunny's piece and their art. Okay, basically what Emian is trying to apply. Emian is trying to apply that they both coincidentally reference the same image. That's what Emian's trying to apply. Do you?
Okay, let's stop there for like 1 second. Okay, yeah. So let me see how to even dive into this because this is a lot. Kat is on the ball here and she is giving us a lot of information. All right, so basically, hold on, let me get. Yeah, basically, yeah, that's not, you can't do that. You cannot take another artist's image and only put a different face on it. Here, let me show you one thing. Let me go back in the video for 1 second. I want to show you something. I was trying to figure out when to stop, and I just do it correctly. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, let's look at the bottom image, the actual pieces of art. Like one's by Bunny, one's by an SL person that they did using AI. Okay, so basically, Bunny's image is hand drawn, from what I understand. That is the image with the lighter brown hair, the image that's on, I'm sitting here facing the screen, it's the image that's on the far left. Okay, now when you take an image and like tell AI to take that image and render it a different way, it's kind of it's taking the image the best it can and it's rendering it the best it can with the best details it can. A lot of times AI leaves certain things out from what I have seen. There's a lot more detail in Bunny's image, and the AI rendering is extremely similar. We could tell by the body position. where the hands are placed, even the way the hair is styled. It looks like the same hair was used. I don't know, but that's what it looks like. It's so slightly different, it's hard to tell a difference. My main question is, as an artist myself, I don't understand. Jeez, I'm having a hard time with this one. I don't understand why the photo on the left and the photo on the right are both the same color hues. I don't I don't get that. Because in other words, when you use AI, you could tell it to make the picture more orange or more red or whatever. You could tell it to use different flowers. The same flowers were used in the same placement. It's kind of crazy. Now, usually the general rule of thumb here, I'm going to be going through the video here to jump ahead in another spot here. Usually the rule of thumb is that, um, oh yeah, wait. Yeah, here, look, she's showing that the flowers are in the same exact spot. The dress is in the same exact position. Yeah, kind of crazy, right? Yeah. Remember, Bunny's drawing is hand drawn and hand painted, from what I understand. The one on the right, if you're facing the computer screen, is AI generated. Yeah. Right. So kind of crazy. All right, let me jump ahead here. Here, I wanted to show you this other image that the cat was referring to. Um, she had another one, you guys. Give me a second to find it. I'm not very smooth at doing this type of artwork. Yeah. Cat also was referring to this one. This one, the artist's name is on the bottom there. Her name is Bunny. Um, Again, this is hand drawn, hand painted. She's the original artist. And then here, I mean, there's the AI image, you guys. There it is. It's the same color hue, same placement of the hands. The color hue is what gets me. Why can't you even make it a different color? But obviously, it has a Second Life Abby face added to the body, which again, I don't know how you would do that, but I mean, obviously it could be done because that's what was done. Yeah. And again, here's the original one that was hand drawn and hand painted, you guys. That is not an SL Avi. That is a hand drawn, hand painted, created thing by the original artist. Yeah. All right, guys. All right. So this is what I want to talk about. And again, the color, I don't understand why, if you're going to use AI, it's just something that's in the back of my mind. I can't let it go. Why would somebody not tell AI, hey, make it a blue hue or make it purple or make it green? Who cares? Just make it different. But it's the same color hue. It's the same kind of nude, kind of pinky. Yeah. Anyway, the hair is a different color, but still, that's not enough of a change, you guys. Okay, let me go back here and video off. Okay. And like I said, I'm going to leave Kat's information down below so that you can watch her whole video. She has a lot to say, and she's much more quick with coming to conclusions and making points than I am. But I did want to give my little, opinion on this situation. Is I said about the color, and again, I don't understand why the position, like, I don't know all what AI can do in this situation, but I don't understand why the position of the body could not be made different. Okay, and when I say I don't understand, let me say a little bit more about that. Now, when I was in art school, what they tell you as a general rule of thumb, you guys, this isn't something that is etched in stone. This is a general rule of thumb. It is that when you're an artist and you're using somebody else's artwork for inspiration purposes, you could use inspiration from the other artist's image as long as 70% of the created image that you create is 70% your own. So you could keep the other artist's inspiration, so to speak, in your image. 70, 80, 91. Okay, so 30% of the other artist's original idea can be in your piece of artwork, but 70% has to come from the new piece of artwork being created. Yeah. So it has to be 70% different. Now, pieces of art that I showed you from Bunny and things, those pieces of artwork were not 70% different. If nothing else, the hair was a slightly different color, but the background, the texture, the colors, position of the body would have all had to be different, in my opinion, to fly as far as there not being a copyright issue. Yeah. So I would never. That's just, it's too much. It's just too much like the original. And if it's to the point where it's difficult to tell the two, here, let me drag it back just for 1 second. Okay. Yeah. This is the original piece of artwork here by Bunny. Yeah. If it's too difficult to tell the difference between Bunny's piece of art and the other piece of art someone else created using Bunny's work as inspiration, if it's too hard to tell the difference apart, if somebody that wants to buy that piece for commission, if they're looking at those two pieces of artwork side by side and they can't tell if Bunny created it or if somebody else created it, that's a problem. Okay. Your piece of artwork has to be different enough so that it does not confuse a potential customer or client or what have you. Yeah. And I know this is copyright law is not an easy thing to understand. And a lot of people have issues with it, Here, let me get rid of the signage here that popped up. Goodness. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I wanted to cover here. And that's my 2 cents on it, is that it has to be 70% different to call it your own. Yeah. And let me just say this, just to kind of wrap this up in a neat little package as much as feasibly possible under the circumstances. That there is copyright there's copyright rules, so to speak, with YouTube. Now, there's such a thing as fair use. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of people get it wrong. A lot of people get it wrong. Now, just like if I'm in a videos are very different than 2D work, meaning pieces of paper that you're drawing on, things like that. It's very different in video. Now, if I have a video and I'm talking about Starbucks coffee, and I have a Starbucks cup in my hand that shows the logo of Starbucks on the cup that I'm holding in my hand. Now, it doesn't matter if I'm saying that I like Starbucks coffee or that I hate Starbucks coffee. None of that matters. The point is, I'm making a video on it, I'm talking about it, and I'm drinking Starbucks coffee while I'm talking about the fact that I love it or that I hate it. That is not copyright infringement, okay? Now, you could see the Starbucks logo on the coffee cup I'm drinking out of, but that does not matter. I have a right to make that video. I have a right to talk about if I love or hate Starbucks. And, that's fair use, you guys. You cannot get someone in trouble for drinking out of a Starbucks cup or anything else when they're talking about that product, or even not talking about the product. Maybe you're drinking out of a Starbucks cup and you're talking about fashion. It doesn't matter. Now, as far as YouTube goes, YouTube has some very let me just say this. YouTube has a lot of issues they need to work on when it comes to copyright and fair use. There's a huge gray area there. Now, for the art world on 2D work, AI is creating a very messy gray area the artists have to kind of deal with because AI is here whether we like it or not. Yeah. So, you know, all right, so I covered it, told you my opinions, you guys. Um, and the copyright stuff is, like I said, most people get it wrong. But the point being here, and the one that, I'm going to put out there that you could say that I said it and whatever, is that when commissioning, especially a piece of work, you have to change that original piece of artwork 70% to call it your own at the very least. You should change it more than 70%, but if you're commissioning it, making money from it, it really should be changed more than 70%. I would be very, very hesitant to put something like that on the market, knowing that AI created it and all I did was slap a different face on it, using AI and put Sandra's face on it or whatever. Very messy. Now, this is a caveat though. Now, if you're creating anything with AI and you're having fun with it and you're slapping your Abby's face on it or whatever, hey, it's fine. It really is fine. If you're not selling that piece of art that you made, you could slap it all over your website and Flickr and Prim Feed and whatever else, and you could be totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as money is not involved in it. Now, once money is involved and you're making a commission off of that stuff, that's when it gets very hairy, okay? So that's what the issue is here, is that the work was being commissioned. Yeah. All right, so you guys, like I said, you want to watch the whole video from Kat, I'll put her info down below. She's great. Watch her. She focuses on anime characters. I like that type of art myself. I don't do that type of art. I really like looking at it, though. I've always been a big fan. So, all right, you guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you for joining me, and I will go ahead and see you next time. Take care. Bye.